Hello everyone, Jurassic Man here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Jurassic World Dino Trackers Diabloceratops. Now this is one of many new figures that have come out recently. I did do a review on the Leopleurodon, or the Kronosaurus as it's called. I'm just going to call it Leopleurodon because that's what it is. That's what the color is, and that's what it looks like to me. Plus it's easier to remember. I mean, Kronosaurus is pretty cool, but forget about that. Let's focus on the Diabloceratops. Quite possibly the most largest version of Diabloceratops, as far as I know. Because I'm pretty sure this guy is supposed to be around the range of a small rhino or a big cow. But they made it as bigger than a rhino, even bigger than a Triceratops toy. Which I wish I can try to show, but I only have the one and it's tucked in the storage because it's not my favorite. But I do gotta say, it's probably the second biggest Ceratopsian we got in this line. So let's get right to it. First, there's the box. The box is the same as the Leopleurodon, however, the box is now based on desert. As you can see in the corner right here, there's a cactus now, instead of the beach or the ocean it was for the Kronosaurus. Now this is a wild, roaring Diabloceratops. So like the rest of them, they roar, which is cool, but I'll show you why this thing, it might be pretty average when it comes to dinosaur toys, and I'll see why. So if we go to the back of the box, we can see the Diabloceratops right there, along with the three other ones. These ones, I'll learn the names of those later. And of course, it shows the action feature, shows here, and the scan code that's in the corner right here. So, the box is pretty fine. The guy looks pretty cool inside. And it does have that nice desert camo, so let's get right to it. So we now have it here outside of the box, and you get a good look at it more. As you can see, this guy is pretty big. Like, not relatively big compared to some of the other ones, like the Ceratopsian, the other ones that came out, well, Pentaceratops, there we go, and many others that came out. What I do know is that it's slightly bigger than the Triceratops, and I'm pretty sure Diabloceratops wasn't big. I'm probably getting confused. I mean, the only known media I know of Diabloceratops is from the Isle, and last time I remember, it used to be small. I don't know if that was just juvenile or misinformation, but I'm pretty sure it is a medium-sized Ceratopsian in a range of dinosaurs, I mean. Medium doesn't mean like sheep size. Medium means like probably slightly lower than a human eyes level, but yeah. So from what I know, is that this actually does look very similar to that of Diabloceratops. If I remember correctly, only the head of Diabloceratops has been found, giving it its name with those devilish-like horns on the top of its frills. It is centrosaur, I believe, if I remember correctly. And as a centrosaur, they have eye holes, or holes, on their frill, which I think Mattel got it pretty good right here. Another thing I like is that because it's named Diabloceratops, it has this red devilish look to it, with a brown underneath the body part. The head is a more lighter red than that of the body. The body is a more darker red. As you can see, the underside, the beige coloration only goes on to the base of the tail, but it also does go on the end of the mouth, as you can see right here. The beak is a different color. It's the same color. No. Actually, no. It's a different color than that of the horn. I'm pretty sure you can see right here. Slightly more reddish. It's probably burgundy or light or darker burgundy. Although only for horns, only 4 of the horns are painted. The rest are not, which is a little bit of a letdown. And then the lower beak is not even painted at all. So there's a lot of paint issues right here. Here's a scan code if you guys want it right here. So you can have Diabloceratops into your collection right away. Now, articulation is pretty basic. There's only 4 points of articulations, along with some leg swivels. The forearms can go up pretty far. Although this one can't go any farther than this one, which is a little odd, but I'm not complaining. I don't know why would you want it to be that far apart. The legs can go up pretty far as well, and inwards as well, although not very much. Oh yeah, and this thing is sensitive too. I'll get to that in a second. Legs that go pretty far back. Arms are pretty extended. Although I don't really see a need for like posing this thing. It's not gonna fall over. It's on 4 legs. It's like as sturdy as a table. See? Speaking of tables, this table is not correctly balanced with his leg. I think slightly off-centered a bit. Tail is on a swivel, as tails are detached. And there's actually paint on the end of the tail. A little black paint. That's pretty cute. On the other side is very similar. I do like how it has a more of a clean body, not like a switch. The switch is on the back now, which is the action feature of this dinosaur. Now let's get right to it. Now, I'll just demonstrate the sounds first, so that you can get a better understanding of the roars it has. Because this thing is very sensitive with sounds, it would play over each other. So let's try it out. I think there's 4 sounds for it, so let's try it. Seems to be random, not like a regular figure, like where it's clockwork. But I think there's only 3 sounds to this dinosaur. So that's a shame. I do like to point out how the frill is also made of rubber, like the Pentaceratops. So let's show how the action feature of this thing works. Pretty amazing. The head does move a little back, but it doesn't go up as well. It's mostly loose. The whole head is loose, and you can even just move the head itself to do the action feature. So yeah, there's that. This thing is pretty cool, I gotta say. It's not very heavy like the other ones. It's pretty light, so it's good on for younger kids to hold on to. And with this frill, it's no damage of the horns. Pretty sure this thing is a good thing to bash stuff into. Although I don't think Pentaceratops actually bashes in ever. Those body parts seem pretty frill to me. Here's a comparison of the Pentaceratops. Here's a comparison of the Diabloceratops right next to the Zuniceratops. As you can see, this is more of a smaller range of Ceratopsian. Not too small. I think it's pretty big on the lower part of medium. Here it is right next to Chasmaceratops. This was a dinosaur released in the Legacy Collection. I don't know where Chasmaceratops is. I think its skull is in the Lockwood Museum, but I guess Fallen Kingdom now falls under the Legacy Collection line. I don't know when the minions can probably fall in there. Maybe in like a few years. We'll see. And of course, here's a comparison of the Hammond Triceratops right next to the Diabloceratops. As you can see, the Hammond Triceratops is actually around the same size as the Diabloceratops. Although in real life, Triceratops is a lot larger. I do gotta say, I am not a fan of Triceratops in the Jurassic Park franchise. It is very basic, very outdated, and overall smaller than the actual thing. Triceratops is literally the second largest ceratopsian, right behind Torosaurus. So it's a shame that the Diabloceratops is slightly bigger than that of the Triceratops. But you live what you have, right? So what score will I give this? Well, the Diabloceratops is a pretty nice figure. It's not heavy. The frill is really nice. I like the color scheme of it, and the roars are pretty cool. The action feature is a little loose, And it is a bit oversized, I think, to the actual Diabloceratops. I'm not sure. I'll probably have a picture of the actual size of it right next to the, picture. But I would give it a 4 out of 5. It's alright. I do like the Pentaceratops more than this, so there's that. I hope you guys liked this review. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.